The state's housing crisis.
Homelessness in America is at a record high.
Reached record high numbers earlier this year.
Homelessness in America is no longer a crisis. It's a warning. It signals failure at every level. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Usapedia, and you are watching. Homelessness in America is no longer a crisis. It's a warning. Before we start the video, please subscribe my channel. So let's begin. One of the most important questions we ask is this: why are more and more people becoming homeless? It's not a simple issue, and it's one that demands serious attention. To understand the scale of the problem, let's look at some recent data from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development (HUD). In 2024, New York City had the largest homeless population in the country, over 88,000 people, nearly double that of any other U.S. city. Los Angeles followed closely with more than 75,000 experiencing homelessness, many living in tents or vehicles. In Seattle, the number was around 14,000, while San Francisco reported approximately 8,400. Even cities like Phoenix and Denver saw sharp increases, with homeless populations reaching 9,500 and 7,000 respectively. Nationally, an estimated 771,480 people were experiencing homelessness in January 2024, according to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development (HUD). This is the highest number ever recorded in a single year. The reasons are complex but deeply rooted. Number 1, soaring housing costs. Number 2, wage stagnation. Number 3, mental health and addiction crises. Number 4, rising eviction rates. Number 5, domestic violence. Number 6, breakdowns in foster care and veteran support systems. Number 7, shortage of affordable housing across the country. These numbers aren't just statistics, they're a national alarm. The crisis is no longer confined to coastal cities. It's spreading fast, and without major policy changes, it's not slowing down. Why homelessness is a national warning? Here's why this crisis is a national warning. Number 1, historic numbers signal a system failure. The sharp increase in homelessness, reaching more than 771,000, is not just an urban issue. It's now visible in suburbs, rural towns, and small cities. Programs meant to reduce homelessness are not keeping pace with demand. Instead of decreasing, the problem has become more widespread, reflecting deeper failures in government response and national priorities. Number 2, the working class isn't safe anymore. A disturbing trend is that even full-time workers are becoming homeless. In expensive cities like New York, Los Angeles, and San Francisco, earning $20 to $25 per hour is not enough to afford rent. People are working day and night, yet still sleeping in cars or shelters. This is a sign that wages are no longer aligned with the real cost of living. When a person works hard and still end up without housing, it challenges the very foundation of the American promise. Number 3 is a critical housing shortage. The National Low Income Housing Coalition reports a shortage of more than 7 million affordable rental units for low-income households. In many cities, rent has outpaced income by huge margins. Developers often prioritize luxury buildings over affordable housing, pushing low-income renters out of the market entirely. This is not just an economic concern. It's a public emergency that creates long-term consequences. And number 4 is crime is rising near encampments. As more people are forced to live in public spaces, cities like Portland, Denver, and San Diego have reported spikes in petty theft, assault, and drug-related incidents around homeless encampments. While most homeless individuals are not violent, the lack of shelter, food, and protection can push people toward risky survival behaviors. Public frustration is growing, as residents and business owners express concerns about safety and declining quality of life. And next one is untreated addiction and mental health issues. A significant portion of the homeless population suffers from untreated mental illness and substance addiction. Cities like Philadelphia and San Francisco are struggling with open drug scenes and daily overdoses. These individuals are not getting the care they need. Without rehabilitation, therapy, or stable housing, their conditions worsen, leading to higher emergency costs and further social breakdown. Number 6, reason is healthcare systems are under strain. Hospitals in cities such as Seattle and Los Angeles are overwhelmed with homeless patients needing treatment for chronic illnesses, infections, injuries, and exposure to harsh weather. Many visit emergency rooms because they have no access to primary care. This overload leads to longer wait times, rising costs, and burnout among healthcare workers, weakening the system for everyone, not just the unhoused. Number 7 is homelessness is spreading beyond big cities. What was once seen as an urban crisis has now reached smaller cities and rural communities in Texas, Nevada, and Colorado. These areas often lack shelters, clinics, or outreach teams. With limited public transport and fewer resources, many people in these areas are simply falling off the map. This widespread impact proves homelessness is now a nationwide challenge, not just a city problem. Number 8 reason is children are suffering the most. According to the National Center for Homeless Education, more than 1.1 million public school students were classified as homeless during the 2022 to 2023 school year. These children face serious setbacks in education, nutrition, emotional health, and development. They often hide their situation to avoid shame or bullying, making it even harder to receive support. This crisis is not just shaping the present, it's damaging the future. Number 9 reason is growing public distrust and civic unrest. In places like Phoenix, Chicago, and Seattle, rising tension over homelessness is leading to public protests, political gridlock, and legal battles. Citizens feel their concerns are being ignored, while leaders struggle to find lasting solutions. This growing divide fuels social frustration, political polarization, and a sense that institutions can no longer protect public order. When governments lost the public's trust, democracy itself begins to weaken. Does rising homelessness damage the U.S. economy and global image? Answer is yes. Homelessness deeply affects a nation's growing economy and global image, and here's how. Homelessness creates economic instability that ripples through every layer of society. When hundreds of thousands of people are without homes, it means fewer individuals are participating in the economy as consumers, workers, and taxpayers. Cities spend billions of dollars each year on emergency services, law enforcement, and hospital visits related to homelessness, money that could otherwise support infrastructure, education, and innovation. Businesses in major cities like San Francisco, New York, and Los Angeles often report loss of customers and lowered property values due to visible street homelessness and encampments, which affects local business growth and tourism. On a larger scale, homelessness reflects poorly on the United States in the eyes of the world. As a country that promotes itself as a global leader and economic superpower, the sight of sprawling homeless camps and widespread poverty sends a conflicting message. It undermines America's image of stability, opportunity, and human rights. Countries with stronger social safety nets like Germany, Norway, or Canada are increasingly seen as more humane and forward-thinking by comparison. Additionally, when young people, especially students and families, are impacted by homelessness, it results in lower educational attainment and reduced future workforce potential. This weakens national productivity over time and leads to a shrinking skilled labor base, affecting innovation, competitiveness, and long-term growth. In short, homelessness doesn't just hurt individuals, it weakens the economy, strains public systems, damages international reputation, and puts the future of the nation at risk. Addressing it is not only a moral responsibility but a strategic economic necessity. Solutions to homelessness. What really works? Homelessness is not unsolvable. Across the world and within the United States, several proven strategies have helped reduce and prevent homelessness when applied with commitment and coordination. These solutions require more than just quick fixes. They demand political will, community involvement, and long-term investment. Number 1 solution is Housing First approach. The Housing First model is one of the most effective strategies. It means providing permanent housing to people experiencing homelessness before requiring treatment for addiction or mental health. Once they have stability, they are more likely to seek employment, healthcare, and personal recovery. Cities like Houston have seen massive success using this model. Number 2 is build more affordable housing. One of the biggest causes of homelessness is the lack of affordable homes. Cities and states must invest in low-income housing, offer rental subsidies, and support nonprofit housing developers. Without increasing the housing supply, no other solution will succeed. Next, solution is strengthen mental health and addiction services. Many homeless individuals struggle with untreated mental illness or substance dependency. More rehabilitation centers, crisis counselors, and outreach programs are urgently needed. These services must be accessible and non-judgmental to build trust and recovery. Number 4 is increased job training and income support. Not all homeless individuals are unemployed, but many lack access to stable, livable wage jobs. Governments and private sectors should invest in job training, education, and employment placement programs, especially for youth, veterans, and people with disabilities. Number 5 is prevention. Programs and early intervention. Stopping homelessness before it starts is key. This includes support for people at risk of eviction, survivors of domestic violence, foster youth aging out, or low-income seniors. Early help prevents long-term suffering and saves public money. Number 6 is decriminalize poverty and invest in social services. Arresting or fining homeless people does not solve the issue, it makes it worse. Cities must shift away from punishment-based policies and instead fund shelters, hygiene facilities, caseworkers, and social work programs that address root causes. Number 7 is community and government partnerships. Solving homelessness isn't the job of one agency. Local governments, nonprofits, religious groups, and citizens must work together. With shared responsibility and clear goals, real progress is possible. Final thought. Homelessness can be solved, but only if we stop ignoring the warning signs and start treating it as a national priority. Every human deserves dignity, safety, and a place to call home. Together, we can build communities where no one is left behind. If you found this content valuable, please like, share, and subscribe for more. And don't forget to leave your opinion in the comments box below. Your voice matters in the fight for change.